Hey cousins, sorry it took me so long to do the video. So, um, what I did was I went to the dollar store and got these little condiment bottles because it's a lot easier for me to control it. Don't cut too much of the tip off like I did because then you won't be able to close it. Okay, so only cut a little bit of the tip, maybe like I don't know, eighth of an inch of the little tip off. So I put the A and the B in these little containers from the dollar stores. Um, I want to use this little pour thing. Again, I got this from the dollar store. I'm using my scale. Uh, I don't know, my homegirl gave me this scale. This right here, big no-no. Whenever we're dealing with chemicals, we never want to use metal. Um, this will always also create bubbles in your epoxy, so you don't want to use a whisk, but you just don't want to use metal. Uh, like while you're mixing it, use a wood spatula or a plastic spatula. So I'm about to make a huge batch because I just started making trays the other day. I was like, wow, this is so fun. I was afraid of the epoxy, so now I have like 15 trays to do. So I'm gonna do them all at once. Pray for me that the epoxy doesn't start to harden. Uh, but let's go. So basically, I got this scale here. This is the on button and it's the tar button. The tar is like Tare. It just means like you're evening it out. So if I turn this on, it's in fluid ounces. We can change it to milliliters. Um, uh, Metric system, we use inches. The rest of the world doesn't. So like milliliters, there's 30 milliliters in an ounce. There's 240 milliliters in a cup. So just a reference. Ounces, we're going to use ounces right now because I can see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my tray on here or my little mixing bowl, and I'm going to press the tar button because I want it to zero out, right? Before I was a teacher, I used scales for many different purposes. But now we're using it for good things. So we're going to get the A going. The one of the cousins had actually weighed it out earlier. She saw that the A weighs like 1.3 and the B weighs 0.9. So I'm multiplying that. I'm gonna do a 5 at a time. I'm gonna multiply that by 5. So I gotta do my math. Hold on. What's 5 times 1.3? 13 times 5. What's 13 times 5? 26, 52. 65. Okay, so I need that to look at 6.5. So basically I'm gonna weigh 6.5. It's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna be squeezing for a minute. I don't got a swisher, my bad. I'm making this little video for my cousins real quick. We doing a little crafting. I don't have a swisher. If you go to I will get one. Oh man, yeah, let's do that. I'm doing so I'm making a video right now. We're making epoxy. And so right now I'm at 6.4. I just need to get to 6.5. That's my neighbor. Say hi, y'all. Okay. So I'm almost at 6.4 or 6.5. I need to get to 6.5. That's a batch of, that's like 5 times what I need. Okay, there I go. Okay, so I'm at 6.5. Okay. Now, I know that the B weighs 0.9. So I'm like 9 times 5 is 45. So I know I need 4.5 of this. Again, I'm gonna tar this out. Tar it out. It's at 0. Now I'm pouring this B in here. This is when it gets stinky. I can't do this inside. Ooh, it's horrible. So there we go. I'm hoping y'all can see that, right? So I'm just going. It's at 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. It's going. I need to get to 4.5. So we're gonna get there. Again, I prefer this little squeeze bottle to do. Like when I'm doing color, this is how I would apply color to a client's hair. I would use like a squeeze bottle. So I think for me, this is the way that I know how to measure and apply mediums is through scales And okay, so I'm at 4.4. I need to get to 4.5. When I get to 4.5, okay, there I go. Okay, I'm done. See, look, no mess, cousins, no mess. That's my favorite. I ain't got no shit to clean up. Okay, so put the little top back on it. Oh, that's the one at the top. I cut the top off. Don't cut the top too short. So that's it. That's how I do it. And then I'm gonna take my wood stick and I'm gonna stir it. And then I'm gonna pour it. Literally, I'm gonna lay my trays right here. I'm gonna lay them, 5 of them right here, and I'm just gonna pour like you would cake batter. You know, like when you're making multiple cakes at a time. I'm gonna do it like that. So I hope this helps, cousins. I hope this helps.